How soon is it going to be before you're done? Because on several occasions, it's almost like you're alluding to you only have but so many fights left. You're looking to walk away from the game.
Will Tank Davis make the necessary adjustments to defeat Lamont Roach in the rematch? Or is this a case of a fighter having another fighter's number? We can go back in the history of boxing.
This brother Lamont Roach can fight. And he's beautiful defensively as well. And seemed completely unfazed and undeterred by Tank Davis.
Stephen A. Smith is urging Gervonta Davis to retire now, warning of the dangers that could come with a potential rematch against Lamont Roach. Although Davis has previously hinted at stepping away from boxing, he has yet to make a definitive decision. Smith believes the timing is perfect for Davis to walk away, stressing the importance of preserving his legacy and putting his long-term health first.
You only have but so many fights left. You're looking to walk away from the game. How close are you to that, being undefeated and unblemished with some big fights out there for you to get?
It's close for sure. It just I don't know, it's a little draining. I just want to step back for a little bit and just focus on me personally. You know, I feel like I've been doing this for some time now, and I just want to give myself a break and focus on just me as a human being, me as a father, me as a son, and things like that, and that nature.
Stephen A. Smith noted that Gervonta Davis is pursuing a rematch with Lamont Roach to prove himself and silence his critics following their first encounter. While Davis still has other paths he could take before retiring, his decision to target Roach again highlights just how committed he is to defending his legacy. It's evident that Davis is determined to resolve any unresolved issues from their previous fight by making a comeback to the ring.
Undefeated who gets in a fight like that finds himself with a majority draw with people questioning whether or not he legitimately won. It's usually the promoters and the audience that's calling for a rematch. Gervonta Davis, who had been alluding to retirement, immediately said, let's do it again. Let's get it going. No problem at all. I give him credit for that. Because guess what? I wanted to see Gervonta Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. I wanted to see him against Vitaly Lomachenko. I wanted to see him against Ryan Garcia in a rematch. I wanted to see him against Teofimo Lopez. Ladies and gentlemen, none of them deserved a shot ahead of a rematch for Lamont Roach. None of them. And check out Lamont Roach's tweets. I don't know. He said, F you mean pushing my contract already signed and set for the immediate rematch because you put that in there just in case you lost. Only reason we don't fight is because you scared. Gervonta Davis comes back 2 hours later and say no more. I'm pushing for the rematch. This is what we love when it comes to boxing. This is what we love to see.
The buzz surrounding the anticipated rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach has sparked immense excitement among boxing fans around the globe. Tentatively set for August, the bout is already shaping up to be one of the most highly anticipated events of the year. Their first clash left fans with plenty of unanswered questions, fueling even more intrigue for the sequel. Now, with both fighters preparing to step back into the ring, anticipation is at an all-time high. Social media platforms, sports talk shows, and fan communities are buzzing with predictions, heated debates, and passionate discussions, making this rematch a must-watch showdown.
What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. We got a date that Tank Davis and Lamont Roach will be fighting on. We don't have a venue, we don't have a location, but I do have a date. The fight is now being penciled in to take place on August 16th. So as we know, the original date was supposed to be July the 19th. I think the day before that, man, that's not even the original date. That's probably the second to the original date. I think the original date actually was supposed to be maybe in May. But then it got pushed back to, I don't know, man. Whatever the case is, man, this fight has been rumored to take place on 2 previous dates, but now it's being penciled in to take place on August 16th. It's going down in the summer of 2025. Tank Davis will be looking to get the win over Lamont Roach. Unlike the first fight, which I thought he lost.
Stephen A. Smith, known for his candid and sharp sports commentary, didn't hold back when reflecting on Lamont Roach's performance in his first fight against Gervonta Davis. Smith praised Roach for his remarkable focus and composure throughout the bout. He emphasized that Roach achieved something no one had done before, forcing Davis to take a knee. That moment, according to Smith, was a game-changer, altering the way fans and analysts view Roach. Smith underscored how impressive it was to see a fighter, once overlooked by many, step up with such confidence and make a bold statement against a
What I didn't know is that once Lamont Roach stepped into the ring, he would be the bigger fighter. What I didn't know is that once he was in the ring and he looked like the bigger fighter, he fought like the bigger fighter because, ladies and gentlemen, from opening bell, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Walked right to him and stayed in his face all night long. If he backed up at all, ladies and gentlemen, it was 5% of the time. The other 95% of the time, he walked right to Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis caught him with some good shots. He took it and then gave it back. Body punches, counter punches, left hook, straight right. This brother Lamont Roach can fight. And he's beautiful defensively as well. And seemed completely unfazed and undeterred by Tank Davis, a knockout artist.
Roy Jones Jr., one of boxing's most respected voices, recently shared his perspective on Lamont Roach's growth as a fighter. According to Jones, Roach has always had the talent, it's just that the world hadn't taken proper notice until now. Having followed Roach's career for years, Jones said his performance against Gervonta Davis was simply a reminder of what he's always believed: Roach belongs among boxing's elite. He also warned anyone dismissing Roach's showing as a fluke, pointing out that his technical skills, timing, and ring IQ are all world-class. For Jones, the fight against Tank only confirmed what he's known all along.
Formidable opponent. Tomorrow Tank gonna test his Tank and see how good he is in the late round.
Presumably, Tank is supposed to, win this fight. This is a fight that there's not a lot of doubt about him coming out victorious in. So the talk shifts, and we got to know, Roy, from your perspective, Tank Shakur. When you think about that fight being a potential fight this year, how do you see it going?
I ain't gonna really think about that yet because I'm waiting after he finishes his fight with Roach. Roach is not just your average everyday opponent. Roach is a person who knows Tank, who's been around Tank his whole life. This is a different fight. You can't put Roach to the side like that. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not saying that he's gonna win the fight. I don't know that, but Roach cannot be this underrated like that. You understand? You gotta understand that Roach came from basically the same ecosystem as Tank came from. Roach is a very formidable opponent. So I'm not gonna talk about none of that till we get by Roach, because what I'm telling you about the other stuff don't really mean nothing right now.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this did happen.
I'm feeling good always. How you doing?
I'm always good. You're a special fighter. Tank's a special fighter. What do you like about him? What makes him different?
I like that when Tank come to fight, Tank come to knock you out. Tank don't come to just beat you by decision. He come to take you out. He come to try to get the job done best way he can. And he loves to come there and entertain the fans. He's not there to play around. He's trying to smoke you. And that's what life's supposed to.
Observers have noted a series of psychological tactics being used by Gervonta Davis in the build-up to his rematch with Lamont Roach. From cryptic social media posts to subtle digs and interviews, Tank seems to be engaging in mind games in an attempt to gain a mental edge before fight night. Fans and analysts alike believe these strategies are designed to unsettle Roach, aiming to chip away at his focus and confidence before they even step into the ring.
But he did good, Lamont Roach. But only thing, like I say, if he gonna go back and wish he threw his hands more, he might start getting mad at himself and realize that he when he watches the fight, it feel good to hear everybody say that. But when you go watch the fight and you realize, I let him slide too much. Like even the last round, he's standing there posing, looking at the man like and then he got caught with a jab. That wasn't good.
Mm, mm. So, you talked about the takeaways of how Lamont could be better in the rematch. And you're the second person that alluded to that. Tell me, what do you see in Lamont in the rematch that he could be more successful? And not and also Tank, like also he added Barry, into the lead position. I don't know if do you feel like if that had anything to do with the directioning of it? Because we did hear in the post press conference too, Tank saying that he could have pushed the gas more. He should have, he said. So what's your take on that?
Exactly. Exactly. He's a champion. He got to defend his title. He got to defend his title. He didn't. He like I said, they both was looking at each other, and then finally, after look, Tank will be the one to throw the first punch. He felt like he wanted to retain his title. Lamont Roach felt like he was just happy to be there and get the success.